Jaya
Prabhupada.
Yo Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki
Jai.
Yo Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Shrimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki
Jai
Nanda Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai.
Namaste Das Thakur ki
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत धाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की
Jai.
Premanande.
Hari Hari.
All bodies assembled devotees, all bodies assembled devotees, all bodies assembled devotees. Guru.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna. Welcome back to Srimad Bhagavatam study class. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 10, Departure of Lord Krishna for Dwaraka, and today's verses 7 to 12. We have two new devotees today. What is it? I thought Vasanthi Maji, Smriti Maji was there.
Yes.
But why you are given us Suma introduction?
Yes.
Okay, right. Smriti, right. Right. So in meet also in our residency. Most welcome. So we start off with sloka 7. Ushitva Hastinapure Masan Katipayan Hari Suhurdam Cha Vishokaya Swasrusha Priyakamyaya Ushitva Hastinapure
Ushitwaha Astinapure
Masan Kadipayan Hari
Masan Katipayan Hari
Suhurdam Cha Vishokaya
Suhurdam Chavishokaya
Sususcha Priyakamyaya
Priyakamya
Ushitva Hastinapure
Ushitwaha Astinapure
Masan Kadipayan Hari
Masan Katipayan
Hari.
Suhurdam Cha Vishokaya
Suhurdam Chavishokaya
Sususcha Priyakamyaya.
Sususcha Priyakamya
Sairajamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ushitvaha Astinapure Masan Katipayan Hari Suhurdam Chavishokaya Sususcha Priyakamya. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ushitva Hastinapure Masan Katipayan Hari Suhridam Chavishokaya Sasuscha Priyakamya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Manohari Maji.
Hare Krishna. Ushitva Hastinapure Masan Katipayan Harihi Suhurdam Cha Vishogaya Swasusya Priyakamyaya.
Right. Sumati Maji, you having this?
Prabhuji, കിട്ടിയില്ല ഏതാ ഭാഗം കിട്ടിയില്ല ഏതാ വായിക്കുന്നത്
You have the book?
I have. അധ്യായം ഏതാ പറഞ്ഞേ?
Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Verse
Page
7.
number 74.
Page
75.
പക്ഷേ എന്റെ ബുക്ക് വേറെ.
No difference. Just look at chapter is 10.
ഇത് ശ്രീമദ് ഭാഗവതം ഭക്തിവേദാന്ത ബുക്കിന്റെ തന്നെയാണ്. ട്രസ്റ്റിന്റെ ആണ് ബുക്ക്. അതിൽ
ദശമോധ്യായ.
പ്രഥമസ്കന്ധം മാത്രം. പ്രഥമസ്കന്ധാണോ വിജയ്?
ആ പ്രഥമസ്കന്ധം തന്നെ, അധ്യായം 10. അധ്യായം 10.
അതിലെ ഏത് പേജാ വരിക?
അതിലെ 10 എനിക്ക് കൃത്യമായിട്ട് അറിയില്ല. ഞാൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് തന്നെ അല്ലേ, മലയാളം മലയാളം ഉണ്ട്.
ഇപ്പൊ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ആണോ ക്ലാസ്?
ക്ലാസ് ഇംഗ്ലീഷാണ്.
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ മറ്റേ ബുക്ക് നോക്കാം. അപ്പൊ ഇതില് അധ്യായം ഓക്കെ ചാപ്റ്റർ 10 ഒന്നുകൂടെ ചാപ്റ്റർ 10 ഏതാണ് ശ്ലോകം?
Chapter 10 is departure Krishna for Dwaraka.
Okay, chapter 10 shloka 7.
Shloka 7.
Oh, okay.
Right, meantime, you can read the next verse also, no problem. Venita Maji?
Ushistva Hastinapuri Masana.
Yes, right. That's exactly.
Okay.
Can read that?
Yeah. Ushitva Hastinapuri Masana Katipayan Harihi Sukradam cha Vishokaya Sususcha Priyakamya.
Right. Melinda?
Amandrya Chapyanyadaha.
Melinda Maji, that's okay. That's only one verse now.
Only one verse.
Okay, Melinda Maji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Usitva Hastinapure Masan Katipayan Hari Suhradam cha Vishokaya Swasuscha Priyakamyaya. Hare Krishna.
Right. Snigdha Maji?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। उषित्वा हस्तिनपुरे मासन् कतिपयन् हरिः सुहृदं च विशोकाय स्वशुश्च प्रियकाम्यया. May I read the synonym?
Yes.
Synonyms: Ushitva, staying, Hastinapuri, in the city of Hastinapura, Masan, months, Katipayan, a few, Harihi, Lord Sri Krishna, Suhudam, relatives, Cha, also, Vishokaya, for pacifying them, Swasuhu, the sister, Cha, and Priyakamaya, for pleasing. Translation: Sri Hari, Lord Krishna, resided at Hastinapura for a few months to pacify his relatives and please his own sister Subhadra. Purport: by his divine grace, ऐसी Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna was to start for Dwarka, his own kingdom, after the battle of Kurukshetra and Yudhishthir's being enthroned. But to oblige the request of Maharaja Yudhishthir and to show special mercy to Bhisma Deva, Lord Krishna stopped at Hastinapura, the capital of the Pandavas. The Lord decided to stay especially to pacify the aggrieved king as well as to please Subhadra, the sister of Lord Sri Krishna. Subhadra was especially to be pacified because she lost her only son, Abhimanyu, who was just married. The boy left his wife, Uttara, mother of Maharaj Parikshit. The Lord is always pleased to satisfy his devotees in any capacity. Only his devotees can play the part of his relatives. The Lord is absolute. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 8. Amantriya
Amantriya
cha
cha
abhyanyada
abhyanyada
parishajya
parishajya
abhivadya
abhivadya
Tam
tam
aruroha
aruroha
ratham
ratham
kaischit
kaichit
parishvakta
parishvakta
abhivadida
abhivadita
amantriya chabhyunyada
amantriya cha abhyanyada
parishujya abhivadyatam
parishajya abhivadyatam
aruroharatam kaishe
aruroharadam kaishe
parishvakto vivadina
parishakto ibhavadida
amantriya chabhyunyada
amantriya cha abhyanyada
parishujya abhivadyatam
परिष्वज्य
परिसज्याभिवाद्यतम्
अभिवाद्यतम्
Ariroha kadam
परिषज्याभिवाद्यतम्
आरुरोहारतम्
आरिरोहारदं कैश्चेत्
Parishwakto abhivatida.
परिषक्तो अभिवादिता
Amandrya chabhyanunyada.
नामन्त्र्या चाभ्यनुज्ञाता
Parishwajya abhivadyatam.
परिषज्या अभिवादितम्
Ariroha radam kaische.
आरिरोहारदं कैश्चेत्
Parishwakto abhivatida.
परिषक्तो अभिवादिता
Sailamaji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। आमन्त्र्या चाभिनुज्ञाता परिषज्याभिवाद्यतम् आरिरोहारदं कैश्चे परिषक्तोऽभिवादिता। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna. Right, Jai Shri Maji.
चाप्नाद परिष्वज्य
परित्वज्याभिवाद्यतम्
Two of you are reading together.
आरुरोहारतं पश्येत्
Okay, Jai Shri Maji, now you can read.
हरे कृष्ण गुरुजी आमन्त्र्या चाभ्यनुज्ञात परिष्वज्याभिवाद्यतम् आरुरोहरथं कैश्चित् परिष्वक्तोऽभिवादितः हरे कृष्ण
Right. Suma Maji.
आमन्त्र्य चाभ्यनुज्ञात परिष्वज्याभिवाद्यतम् आरुरोहरथं कश्चित् परिष्वक्तोऽभिवादितः हरि ओम्।
Right. Right. Snigdha Maji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। आमन्त्र्य च अभ्यनुज्ञातः परिष्वज्य अभिवाद्यतम् आरुरोह रथं कौश्चित् परिष्वक्तो अभिवादितः। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Melinda Maji.
हरे कृष्णा आमन्त्र्य चाभ्यनुज्ञाता परिष्वज्याभिवद्यतम् आरुरोहारथं कैश्चित् परिष्वक्तो अभिवादिता।
Right.
May I read, Prabhuji?
Please.
Amantrya taking permission, cha and abhyanugnata being permitted, parishvajya embracing, abhivadya bowing down at the feet, tam unto Maharaja Yudhishthira, aruroha ascended, ratham the chariot, kaishchit by someone, parishvaktaha being embraced, abhivaditaha being offered obeisances. Translation. Afterwards, when the Lord asked permission to depart and the king gave it, the Lord offered his respects to Maharaja Yudhishthira, bowing down at his feet, and the king embraced him. After this, the Lord, being embraced by others and receiving their obeisances, got into his chariot. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji Ki Jai. Maharaja Yudhishthira was the elder cousin of Lord Krishna, and therefore, while departing from him, the Lord bowed down at the king's feet. The king embraced him as a younger brother, although the king knew perfectly well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord takes pleasure when some of his devotees accept him as less important in terms of love. No one is greater than or equal to the Lord, but he takes pleasure in being treated as younger than his devotees. These are all transcendental pastime of the Lord. The impersonalist cannot enter into the supernatural roles played by the devotee of the Lord. Thereafter, Bhima and Arjuna embraced the Lord because they were of the same age, but Nakula and Sahadeva bowed down before the Lord because they were younger than he. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Texts 9 and 10. Subhadra.
Subhadra,
सुभद्रा
Draupadi.
Draupadi,
द्रौपदी
Kundi.
कुन्ती
कुन्ती
Viradatanaya.
विराटतनया
Viratanya,
Tatha.
Ratha,
तथा
Gandhari.
Gandhari,
गांधारी
गन्धारी
Dhritarashtra.
धृतराष्ट्र
Da.
Cha,
च
Yuyulsu.
Yuyulso,
Gautamo,
Gautamo,
Yamau,
Yamau,
Vrigodara,
Vrigodara,
Cha,
Cha,
Gaumya,
Gaumya,
Cha,
Cha,
Triyo,
Triyo,
Malsya Sudha,
Mansya Sudha,
Adaya,
Adaya,
Na,
Na,
Sehire,
Sehire,
Vimukhyanto,
Vimukhyanto,
Viraham,
Viraham,
Shantadhanmana,
Shantadhanmana,
Subhadra, Draupadi, Kunti,
Subhadra, Draupadi, Kunti,
Viradatanaya Tatha,
Virataniya, Tatha,
Gandhari, Dhritarashtrascha,
Gandhari, Dhritarashtrasya,
Yulso, Gautamo, Yamau,
Yuyulso, Gautamo, Yamau,
Vrigodarascha, Dhaumyascha,
Vrigodarascha, Dhaumyascha,
Striyo, Malsya Sudadaya,
Triyo, Mansya Sudadaya,
Nasehire, Vimuhyando,
Nasehire, Vimuhyando,
Viraham, Shangadhanmana.
Viraham, Sharangadhanvana.
Sarja Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Subhadra, Draupadi, Kundi, Viratanayo Tadha, Gandhari, Dhritarashtrascha, Yuyulsur, Gautamo, Yamau, Vrigodarascha, Dhaumyascha, Striyo, Malsya Sudadaya, Nasehire, Vimuhyando, Viraham, Sharangadhanvana. Hare Krishna.
Right. Jai Shri Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Bhagavate Vasudevaya Subhadra Draupadi Kundi Viratatanaya Tatha Gandhari Dhritarashtrascha Yuyutsur Gautamo Yamau Vrigodarascha Dhaumyascha Striyo Malsya Sutadayah Nasehireva Mukhyando Viraham Shangadhanvanaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Go. Right. Suma Maji.
Hare Krishna. Subhadra Draupadi Kundi Viratanaya Tatha Gandhari Dhritarashtrascha Yuyurgautamo Yamau Vrigodarascha Dhaumyascha Striyo Malsya Sudadayah Nasehire Vimuhyando Viraham Shargadhanvana.
Very broken. Suma. Can hardly hear you. Okay, right. Snigdha's Velida Maji.
Hare Krishna. Subhadra Draupadi Kunti Virata Tanaya Tatha Gandhari Dhritarashtrascha Dhritarashtrascha Yuyutsur Gautamo Yamo Vrigodarascha Dhaumyascha Striyo Matsya Sutadaya Nasehire Vimuyanto Viraham Sharanga Danvanaha. Hare Krishna.
Right. Snigdha Maji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय सुभद्रा द्रौपदी कुंती विराट तनया तथा गांधारी धृतराष्ट्रश्च युयुत्सु गौतम यमौ वृकदरश्च धौम्यश्च स्त्रियो मत्स्य सुतादयः न सेहिरे विमुह्यन्ति विरहं संगधन्वन्नः.
Hare Krishna. Manohari Maji.
Hare Krishna. Subhadra Draupadi Kundi Virada Tanaya Tada Gandhari Dhritarashtrascha Yuyutsur Gautamo Yamau Vrigodarascha Dhaumyascha Striyo Malsya Sudadaya Nasehire Vimukhando Viraham Sangadanvanaha. Can I read?
Yes.
Synonymous. Subhadra, the sister of Krishna. Draupadi, the wife of the Pandavas. Kundi, the mother of the Pandavas. Virada Tanaya, the daughter of Virada, Uttara. Tada, also. Gandhari, the mother of Duryodhana. Dhritarashtra, the father of Duryodhana. Cha and Yuyursa, the son of Dhritarashtra, by his Vaisya wife. Gautama, Kripacharya, Yamav, the twin brothers Nagula and Sahadeva, Vrigodara, Bhima, Cha and Daumya, Daumya. Cha and Striya, also other ladies of the palace. Malsya Sudha Adaya, the daughter of a fisherman, Satyavati, Bhishma's stepmother. Na could not. Sehire, tolerate. Vimuhyandya, almost fainting. Vidaham, separation. Sangha, Dhanava of Sri Krishna, who bears a conch in his hand. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. At that time, Subhadra, Draupadi, Kundi, Uttara, Gandhari, Dhritarashtra, Yuyutsu, Kripacharya, Nagula, Sahadeva, Bhishma, Sena, Daumya, and Satyavati all nearly fainted because it was impossible for them to bear separation from Lord Krishna. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna is so attractive for the living beings, especially for the devotees, that it is impossible for them to tolerate separation. The conditioned soul, under the spell of illusory energy, forgets the Lord, otherwise, he cannot. The feeling of such separation cannot be described, but it can simply be imagined by devotees only. After his separation from Vrindavana, and the innocent rural covered boys, girls, ladies, and others, they all felt shock throughout their lives. And the separation of Radharani, the most beloved covered girl, is beyond expression. Once they met at Kurukshetra during a solar eclipse, and the feeling which was expressed by them is heartrending. There is, of course, a difference in the qualities of the transcendental devotees of the Lord, but none of them who have never contacted the Lord by direct communion or otherwise can leave him for a moment. That is the attitude of the pure devotee. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udavadagamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsta Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Parijanasaidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishadhanvidamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshatarine Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Vashabhanavi Devi Daityaya Kribabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnanadaine Prabhave Namam Madhuryojala Premadhya Rupanuga Bhaktida Gauragarna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastude Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinadarine Rupanuga Viridhapa Siddhanda Dwandaharine Namo Gauragishoraya Sachal Vairagyamurte Vipralambra Sambode Padambuje Te Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Surubaya Rubanugavaraya Te Gaura Virbhavu Mestam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannadhaya Te Namaha Shirupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha H.I. Goshai Kori Charan Bandhan Jahamot Vignanas Avishta Puran Vanja Kalpadrubhescha Kriva Sindhu Vyevacha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurattushe Namah He Panchatatvalmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Surupagam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktigam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Govesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Jayadam Saradopango Mama Mandamader Gadi Mat Sarvasubadam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyavrindaranykalpadhrumadaam Srimadratnagara Simhasanastom Srimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Preshtalevi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasarasarambimam Shivada Tadastidaham Kashan Venusune Govi Govinada Shetunam Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhan Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Ushitva Hastinapure Masan Katipayan Hari Suhudam Chavishogaya Sususcha Priyakamya Sri Hari, Lord Shri Krishna, resided at Hastinapura for a few months to pacify his relatives and to please his own sister Subhadra. Hare Krishna. So, in this chapter, Krishna is leaving for Dwaraka. The war is now over. Yudhishthira was broken-hearted after the Kurukshetra. As we know, he held himself responsible for the calamities that happened in the war. But Krishna, very nicely, very diplomatically, he took him to Bhishma Deva, and Bhishma Deva gave him a series of instructions whereby Yudhishthira understood that everything had happened as per plans of Krishna only. It is not something that happened just like that. Srila Bhagavad always says that nothing happens by chance. Nothing happens by chance. Suppose you are walking in a beach and you find a wristwatch some, say, 2 inches below the sands. What will be your conclusion? Does the sand produce a watch just like that?
No.
No.
Yeah. So somebody would have accidentally put it there, no?
Yes.
So like that, there is a cause for everything. Nothing happened without us. There is always a cause, and ultimately we trace the cause one after another, one after cause, effect, effect. Ultimately reach the point where you find that all the cause of all causes is Krishna only. Cause of all causes is Krishna only. Which is the verse?
Sarva Karana Karanam Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam.
So Yudhishthira was absolutely convinced. He understood that it happened by Krishna only. And so he was relieved and he came back. And after coming back, he started ruling the kingdom as per the plan to give pleasure to Bhishma Deva as well as to Krishna. Yudhishthira knew his position very well. He knew he was an emperor, but that doesn't mean that he is emperor on his own. He is simply a representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That is the position of an emperor or a king. King is always accepted as a representative of God. And the Yudhishthira, he can be termed as a Rajarshi also. He was a greatly knowledgeable man. He was very transcendental. And because of his benign rule, under his benign rule, prosperity, a lot of opulence and prosperity, and no sickness at all, no anxiety. During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira, verse number 4, he said that the clouds showered all the water that people needed. The earth produced all the necessities of man in profusion. Due to its fatty milk bag and cheerful attitude, the cow used to moisten the grazing grounds with milk. So Srila Prabhupada says, see, this is all you need. A man needs only a few cents or 1 acre of land, couple of cows. With that, he can have a very happy life. He can grow vegetables, fruits, grains, mix it with milk, and make some lot of palatable dishes. But instead, now the modern people, they spend so much of their time and energy going to factory and producing so many nonsense things which don't need at all. And ultimately, all the energy is wasted. And in the rat race to make money, there's a lot of exploitation happens, exploitation of the natural resources, exploitation between man and man, exploitation of man and women. But in the case of, in the time of Yudhishthira, in the reign of Yudhishthira, who is also, who was under protection of Ajita, the infallible Lord.
Fallible.
Yeah,
Not
infallible.
fallible.
Infallible. Infallible means Lord, fallible means fall, one tendency to fall. It is said the rivers, oceans, hills, mountains, and forests, active trusts, they pay the taxes to king in profusion. Because everything is a creation of Krishna. So naturally, a person who is a true representative of Krishna, these elements, earthly elements, they'll be very pleased to produce everything in abundance. So that's what it did. And so everybody was very happy. And ultimately, everybody, they are satisfied, needs of life been satisfied. They had a lot of peace. And because of peace and time, they could focus on their spiritual life. And it's a duty of a king that every of his citizen, Praja, should ultimately go back to Krishna. So under kings like Sri Ramachandra, Lord Ramachandra, Yudhishthira, Parishad Maharaj, this was possible for every citizen. It says in case of Sri Ramachandra, there was not even death. Only when people wish to die, only they will die. Otherwise, they will not die. And he has said that there was no anxiety, no enemy, no disturbances, no tavatraya. So this was a state of Indian Empire, the Bharatavarsha, that under the rule of Yudhishthira. This was possible because Krishna was there always. Because Krishna, as this verse mentions, Krishna stayed with them for a few more months after the war to satisfy the distress-stricken Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira was very unhappy, even though he heard so many good words from counsel from Bhishma Deva, still was not recouped. So he requested Krishna, please stay with us some more time so that I can recover my mental poise, balance. So Krishna agreed. And then it is to please Bhishma also. Why so? Why Srila Prabhupada said, why Bhishma also? Because Bhishma's desire was that the kingdom should be very stable, it should be well protected, under a glorious king. So Yudhishthira needed some time to control everything. And Yudhishthira needed some time to harness his kingdom. So till that time happened, Krishna stayed with him to please Yudhishthira, Bhishma Deva also. And then decided to please his relatives and especially his own sister, Subhadra. So Subhadra, it is said that Subhadra was a sister of Krishna and Balrama. You have Subhadra and Jagannath. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Mai. She is a pet sister of both Balrama and Sri Krishna. And she was agreed because her holy son Abhimanyu was killed in the Kurukshetra war, leaving behind his young wife, and his son was not born at the time. So Subhadra was specially distressed. So to placate her, make her comfortable, Krishna stayed. So these were the reasons why Krishna stayed a few more months after the Kurukshetra war, because he could have left immediately after the war, after pacifying Yudhishthira, but he stayed for some time more. And we've seen the next verses that actually devotees, they're all devotees. Pandavas were all devotees. So it is said that Krishna wanted to satisfy his devotees, and it is very specially mentioned that only devotees can play the part of his relatives. Pandavas and all the other is relatives only. Nobody can just like that become a relative of Krishna. It needs a very pure level of consciousness. A pure devotee only can become a relative of Krishna. Pandavas were very, very pure and pious. And because of through them, Kunti Devi, Draupadi, they're also pious. So, since Lord is absolute, the position of devotee is also absolute. It is in Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, we are doing the morning. We are now in that Brahma Vimohana Leela. It is really bewildering. The Vimohana Leela is so bewildering. He said that when Brahma wanted to bewilder Krishna by hiding the gopis, the gopas and the calves, Krishna expanded himself as gopas and calves. And when they reached home, it is said that the parents of the gopas, they were actually attached to Krishna only. Their love for Krishna was more than their love for their sons. Same with cows also. Cows loved Krishna more than their calves. But after this, when Krishna expanded himself as calves and gopas, the law of these elderly, the parents of gopas, small children, as well as cows, they started increasing day by day. Just like they love Krishna, they started loving their own sons and calves. So it is said that Krishna is absolute, because when you love Krishna, the prema, it increases every second. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what is that? Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam, isn't it? Yes. Every second, and the Ananda, the bliss increases in association with Krishna. Because Krishna is Sachidananda, it's totally Sachidananda, there is no tinge of matter with him. And because of that, since he's absolute, the word is absolute, since it's absolute, everything is absolute. His jnana, his knowledge is absolute, his beauty is absolute, and his prema is absolute. So because Krishna's prema is absolute, it is increasing every day, every second. And same way, now since Krishna has expanded as gopas and calves, the senior gopas were feeling the same kind of love and affection they had for Krishna, for their children, and so with the cows also. So that is a beautiful passage in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just see from the word absolute, so much have been expanded. So now Krishna decided, okay, enough is enough. I've stayed with you for more than few months. Now please permit me to go back. And he said, Amandriya Chabhinyadam Parishajya Vividyadam Ariroha Kadam Kaischi Parishakto Abhyavadidam. Afterwards, when the Lord asked permission to depart and the king gave it, the Lord offered respects to Maharaja Yudhishthira by bowing down his feet, and the king embraced him. After this, the Lord, being embraced by others and receiving their obeisances, got into his chariot. So a decorum is observed here, a protocol is there. Krishna is about to leave, and the Pandavas have come out and see him leave. The chariot is ready, the big chariot is ready. Krishna is about to get into the chariot. So just like that, when happen when the relatives are going back, they're going to a car and we go to a gate, and sometimes we shake hands and sometimes embrace also. Same way, when Krishna is about to leave the Hastinapura, the palace of Yudhishthira, everyone was assembled there. And what Krishna did was first to go down and touch the feet of Yudhishthira, because Yudhishthira was older than him. So as a protocol, he just did that. Although he is the Supreme Personality, and Yudhishthira knew very well that he is the Supreme Personality, God Himself, Supreme God Himself. Still, he allowed Krishna to bow down before him. This is also very bewildering, because the devotee intention is to please Krishna, and Krishna wanted this. Krishna desired this. So this is a relationship the devotees are having with Krishna. There is a pastime of Sri Ramanujacharya also. Ramanujacharya, you know? Who is Ramanujacharya?
Yes, the four things Sri
Sri Paramara.
Sri Parambara.
Parampara. Yes.
The Acharya of Sri Parambara. And
Yes.
he is always at Sri Rangam. If you have seen Sri Rangam temple, big temple is there of it is this one only. Not Karnavashaya, Garbhodashaya Vishnu. But it's very large, very huge. And the temple is very, very huge. It's more than hundreds and hundreds of acres. And there are some gopuras, very tall gopuras. And it's a very old temple. It is installed by Vibhishna only. And the deity is looking to south. Very unique. Normally you won't find deities looking to south, but Srirangam, it is deities are facing south only. There's a story behind that, pastime also behind that. And Bhishma, so Vibhishna actually wanted to take to Sri Lanka, but in between he put him down, and Krishna had said that Vishnu had said that if you put down, I'll not move from there. And so he put him down, and so Vishnu stayed there. But to please Vibhishna, Vibhishna was broken-hearted. Oh my God, I cannot take you back to Sri Lanka. I want to take you to Lanka, and I cannot. So Vishnu said, okay, no problem. You go back, but I will face south only. So you can always take my darshan from there. So Sri Rangam, the Ranganatha, Lord Ranganatha is there, and Sri Ramanujacharya was Acharya of that the temple. And since Ramanujacharya is actually incarnation of Lakshman only. The name is Rama Anuja, means younger brother of Rama. So actually he's Lakshman only. He's a Vaishnava expansion. And every morning, after coming back from temple to his residence, he will arrange a Brahmana to stand at that temple's door, and he washed the feet of Brahmana and drank that water. So Brahmana knew that Ramanujacharya is expansion of Krishna only, means Krishna only is younger brother of Rama. And still Brahmana allowed that, because Ramanujacharya wanted to show that Brahmana should always be respected. So he used to demonstrate this by washing the feet of Brahmana, and for that he arranged a particular Brahmana always stay at particular time the door of the temple, so that he can wash his feet. So the Brahmana allowed this because he knew that this is Ramanujacharya said. Otherwise, how can you do that if Krishna is washing your hands, feet? Can you allow this?
No.
But the gopis also allowed. You know that story. Okay, once Krishna had a headache, severe headache. So Narada was there in Dwaraka, and at that time Krishna was feeling very bad. He was having a severe headache, and then Narada told what to do now. So Krishna said, "Okay, you do one thing. You ask my wives that the only cure for my headache is that they should, if somebody can place the mud as in, stand by the wives and on Krishna's head, then Krishna's headache will be cured. The only thing is the mud from the lotus feet of the wives, if you can apply on the forehead, that is the only cure. So Narada told the queens of Dwarka, Krishna's queens, and this is why Krishna is suffering like anything. So please let me have some mud from your feet. Can I apply to on Krishna's forehead and she will be cured? And the queens were said, oh no, how can we do that? How can we do this? Put the mud from our feet and put it in the height of Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. No, we cannot do that. We'll go to hell. We'll never do this. That this is only a cure for the Krishna. But we know that, but we cannot do this. And then Narada went back, said Krishna, said this has happened. They are not allowing, they are refusing to give the mud. So what to do? So Krishna, okay, you go to Vrindavan and you ask the gopis that Krishna is suffering like anything. The only cure is take the mud from the lotus feet. Narada went to Vrindavan. The gopis were there, Radharani was there. This after separation from Vrindavan. And Naradaji asked, Krishna is suffering like anything. And they were checking how Krishna is suffering. What is wrong with him? He's having a headache, severe headache. That is not going. It is there. It is increasing every second. Oh God, they're broken-hearted. Now what to do now? But there is one cure. What is that? If you can give some mud from your feet, and if I can apply it on the head of Krishna, then he'll be cured. And the Kavi said, okay, we'll give, no problem. And I said, you really give? You know the consequences? He is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you give mud from your feet, you'll go to hell. And the Kavi said, no problem at all. Let us all go to hell. But Krishna will be cured and Krishna will be happy. That's enough for us. Saying that, they start dancing on the Yamuna banks. And Naradaji collected all the mud and back and applied the head of Krishna. So devotees are like that. Devotees, that is why Krishna says, Prabhupada says, the impersonalists cannot understand the supernatural roles played by the devotee of the Lord. Devotees' only intention to please Krishna is what Krishna desires, they do it. They will not look for their consequences. Yudhishthira, you knew that is Krishna, but Krishna wanted to do this. She wanted to give a protocol. This is how you should respect elders. So Yudhishthira allowed Krishna to pay obeisance to him. So this is a relationship Krishna is having and devotees. These are sweet, sweet pastimes. But you should understand why Krishna is doing that and why the devotees are trying to please Krishna. So after that, turn of Bhima and Arjuna, they were the same age. So they all embraced themselves, Krishna, and they're very happy. And then came the Nakula and Sahadeva. Nakula, Sahadeva, younger brothers, younger to Krishna, much younger. So they paid obeisances to Krishna. So this is a way how the respect is shown between elders and youngsters. It's a lesson in the society that this is a thing that you should follow in the life and the society. This is a real culture. This to show that Krishna did this. And others cooperated with him. And the next verse, you'll find all the relatives are now gathered there, not only the Pandavas. Subhadra, Draupadi, Kundi, Virata, Tanaya, Tata, Gandhari, Dhritarashtrascha, Yulso, Gaudamo, Yamau, Vrigodrestadhamyascha, Striyo, Malse Sudadeha, Na se hire Vumuhyando, Hiraham Shandadhanmana. At that time, Subhadra, Draupadi, Kundi, Uttara, Gandhari, Dhritarashtra, Yulsu. Who is Yulsu?
Dhritarashtra's son.
Yes, Dhritarashtra's son. Dhritarashtra's sons, two, I think, a Vaishya girl or a
Yes. Yes,
Vaishya girl.
not from Gandhari. Yes.
Not from Gandhari. You also. Then Kripacharya, Nakula, Sahadeva, Bhimasena, Daumya, Satyavati, all nearly fainted because it was impossible for them to bear separation from Lord Krishna. So the separation is too much for them. It is said that, okay, even devotees, even if they spend one fraction of a second with Krishna and they have to separate, it's very painful for them. But see, in the case of Pandavas, they have continuous association with Krishna for months together. So how heart-rendered will be for them to get separated from Krishna? Now impossible for them to tolerate this. But it's also that said that in technically it's called Vipralamba Bhava. Vipralamba Bhava means loving a relationship in absence. When the Supreme is personal and when present, there is a lot of love between devotees, and let's say girls, gopis, Radharani, a lot of affection, and there is a lot of pastimes when Krishna is present. But when Krishna is absent, their love intensifies to such a great degree. Srimad Bhagavatam, you have seen that so much, they always sing of Krishna, then they are rebuking Krishna, scolding Krishna because of absence. That black boy has broken our heart and now he's going back, he has gone back. He said that he'll come back, he has not come back. Then black beetle I think is coming, and then Radharani is looking at that beetle and said that, you black thing. So whenever she sees an object with black color, she immediately remembers Krishna and starts scolding that object of. So this is a state of the consciousness when they separate from Krishna. So the love intensified like anything. So their separation is impossible, it's intolerable also. So it is said that after Krishna got separated and he left Vrindavan, he had promised to come back, but he did not come back. But later, years later, when Vasudeva, he conducted a yajna on a solar eclipse day in Kurukshetra, Vasudeva invited his friend Nandagopa and all the cowherd boys and cowherd girls, including Radharani. Everyone came to Kurukshetra. So this is the first meeting, the only meeting after Krishna had left. So when they saw Krishna in Kurukshetra, but he was different from what they have seen in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, Krishna was like a cowherd boy. He was wearing a turban, and he was wearing the Vanamala. There was no peacock feathers, there was no helmet or crown and all that, or silky dress and nothing like that. But when he was a king, now he was dressed like a king. So they didn't like it at all. No, this is not Krishna, you cannot say, you come back to Vrindavan now. So when Krishna was getting into his Ratha, gopis started pulling that Ratha up. They said, no, we are not allowing you to go back to Dwarka. We'll take you back to Vrindavan only. So they started pulling the Ratha strongly. And Krishna finally talked to them very beautifully and sweetly. They told, okay, no problem, because after this, let me go back. And within a few time, in no time, I'll come back to you and personally take you back to my dham. Please let me go now. But this is an episode which is played in Jagannath Puri also. At the time of Ratha Yatra, Jagannath Ratha is pulled from the Puri temple to where Siddhamaji?
Gundicha Mandir, Prabhuji, Gundicha Mandir.
Gundicha Mandir. So this is actually why they are this is a pastime behind this. When gopis are pulling Krishna, he is now in Kurukshetra. He's trying to go back to Dwaraka. So Dwaraka is considered to be Puri temple, and Vrindavan is the Gundicha. Am I right?
Okay. Yes, yes.
You heard this first time, no? In Puri, did they? So they're
Yes,
pulling
yes.
Krishna. They're pulling Krishna. This is that's why this you have the Ratha Yatra. Actually, you are pulling Krishna Ratha, and Gundija, the Vrindavan is your heart. So Krishna, they are pulling Krishna from Vrindavan, so from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. So they want to have the same kind of affection, same kind of pastimes with kind of reciprocal pastimes with Krishna. So this is a pastime in Puri. The real intention of the Ratha Yatra is that the devotees are pulling Krishna from his formal state to his informal, all-loving, what do you call, all-embracing mode of Krishna. The real sweet nature is this not, they don't like the Aishwarya Bhava. In Dwaraka, Krishna is having sometimes 400 forms, is Narayana form. It is opulent only. So Aishwarya Bhava is more prominent. But in Vrindavan, it's not Aishwarya Bhava, it is Madhurya only. So devotees, they don't like this Aishwarya Bhava. So they want Krishna only to be in the Madhurya. They want to be in the Madhurya Rasa only. So the real intention of this Ratha Yatra is Krishna, don't be in the Aishwarya Bhava. Please come to the Madhurya Bhava so that we can enjoy with you. So that's why in Krishna also actually in Chaitanya Charitamrita says that Krishna also doesn't like this Aishwarya Bhava. He likes Madhurya Bhava only. And to fulfill that only he came down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Radharani incarnation. Krishna wanted to find out how deeply Radharani is loving me. So he wanted to taste that. He came down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these are all pastimes that is described in Srimad Bhagavatam as well as in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we relish his pastimes by reading these books. And it's a big fortune that we are in the parampara, in a very great parampara of Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. And we have great acharyas. We have Srila Prabhupada also. Because of that, we are able to relish this. And we should make the best use of our opportunity. Because when we are having the best, we should always stick to best only. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, actually in 1.10, sloka number, verse number 10, it is given last word is Sangha Dhanvanaha.
Yeah. Shanga
Yes.
Dhanvana.
He is Krishna only, Sangha, who holds the
Who bears
Sangha
a
Dhanvana.
conch in his hand. Yes, Krishna only.
Yes. But here, Prabhuji, in synonyms, it is written that Sangha Dhanvanaha means of Sri Krishna who bears a conch shell in his hand.
Yes.
But it is not conch shell, it is the Sangha Dhannu, is the bow that is given by architect Vishwakarma. No, it is the specified bow, Sangha Dhannu,
Shanga
which is the
Dhanvana.
weapon of Lord Krishna. Out of 8 Ashtayudhas, 8 weapons, it is the weapon, Sangadhana is the weapon
It's
of
a weapon,
Lord
a bow
Krishna.
only.
Yes,
This is bow
bow.
only,
Yes, yes.
not conch shell.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Once again. Actually, that is Sharanga, I think. And this is Shangadharmana. The divine form of Lord Krishna is a Sharanga or Saranga.
But Prabhuji, it is not
Oh,
the
okay.
council.
Okay,
Council. Panchajanya is the council.
yes, correct. So I think the Sangha is actually Sharanga only. So that is
Yes,
bow of Krishna only.
Prabhuji.
That's bow of
Yes,
Krishna only.
Prabhuji.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
It is very
Mm.
clearly that he got it from Vishwakarma, the Sangha.
Yes,
Sangha.
yes,
So he's a
yes,
hold
Prabhuji.
of a hold of weapon only, not conscious.
Mm.
I don't know why that's happened. Could be there. Okay, right. Thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpadruvescha.
कृपा सिंधु भयवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
निताय गौर